this is Henry, and here is my audience, my wife. Can you raise your hand? Thank you. Have you asked yourself if any of your accounts have been compromised? Do you wonder if somebody else knows your password because you have the same one for all of your accounts? As an information technology student and a smart devices user, I have seen how hackers are looking to have our personal information by working into our accounts. Not long ago, my sister contacted me about her Facebook account. Somebody hacked her account and was contacting her social friends and asking them for likes. So I video called her account and nobody answered. So I sent a message to the hacker through my sister's account, and incredibly we had a conversation in which the hacker laughed about me while he was stealing information from my sister's account. Luckily, we were able to recover her account and banned this person from her Facebook account. What if I tell you there is a site that can show you if your email or phone has been compromised? It will tell you exactly where and when. Go right now to haveibeenpawned.com and type in your email account or phone number. You will be surprised. If you're one of those who has the same password for your social media accounts and your bank applications, then you might be in real problem. If somebody gets the password for your social media account, for your Facebook, for example, then they will get access to your bank information. Today, I will persuade you to change your password at least 60 to 90 days. By doing so, you will be adding an extra shield to protect your personal information. Today, we will learn about the growing problem of identity theft, how having the same password in all of your accounts makes us vulnerable, and finally, how to protect or safeguard your accounts from being hacked into. Let's first look at the growing problem of identity theft. Does the name George Bush sounds familiar to you? What about the name Colin Powell? If the second name is not familiar to you, Colin Powell was serving as a secretary when George Bush was president. Here is one more name, Marcel Lehel. It's not familiar to you? Well, Guccifer is the nickname of Marcel, a Romanian guy who hacked the email account of George Bush, Colin Powell, and other government officials from Romania. Now you're probably picturing Marcel as an internet security engineer hacking government accounts. Let me disappoint you. By his own admission, Marcel has no programming skills. Instead, he is good at investigating, finding information online, and making connections. That is how he had government accounts. Now, you are wondering how he did it. In an interview with an online publication called Pando Daily in 2015, Marcel said that he gained access to Powell's AOL emails account by guessing the password, which was based on the Secretary of the State's grandmother's name. Once he was able to access Powell's account, then he was able to hack everyone near him. Due to the pandemic caused by the COVID-19, we were forced to change our daily habits and integrate a fully digital communication to our lives. According to ZeroFox, a company that provides security to companies, the level of hacking attempts increased through the pandemic. They started January in 2020 with 167K alerts of account hacking and ended with 309K alerts in June of the same year. According to PatchTac, a cybersecurity company, a study made back in 2003 found that there was an attack every 39 seconds on average on the web. Remember, we are in 2021 now. Kaspersky researchers, Kaspersky as an anti-malware company, have discovered the theft of 1 billion from banks between 2013 and 2015. But what about 2021? Now that many companies started to use as a cryptocurrency, 1.98 in cryptocurrency was stolen by hackers last year, and the amount is increasing during the time of 2021. Now we know how prevalent the problem. Let's look at what is causing it. We are moving to a digital era where we need to use a password for almost everything. The reason behind this is to protect your identity and your personal information, but many of us are careless about protecting our accounts with strong passwords. According to digitalguardian.com, 76% of people between 18 to 24 years old reuses their passwords. Also, 61% of the people from 35 to 69 years old recycle their passwords. In an interview with 1,000 people, 44% of those people change their password once or less than a year. 3% of them had a very weak password, 64% had a weak password, 33% had a good password, and 0% had a good password. A very good password, sorry. As I mentioned before, this pandemic for COVID-19 changed our lives. Between those changes, we were forced to have a video conference at work and even in the church. Instead of going to do transactions to the bank, we had to learn how to use the bank application. Educational institutions are adding online portals so that the students can study from home. Those are just some examples of how we're moving to a digital era where we need a password to access any of these platforms. If we follow the cybersecurity experts' advice, we should change our password at least 90 days, every 90 days. From Digital Information World, we got the word of Jay O'Reilly, who's an editor of the Pro Privacy, a cybersecurity company. In a conversation with him, he said that passwords should be changed every 3 months. By doing so, if any of your password is compromised, basically you will be shortened the time where the cyber criminal remains inside of your account. Here are a few suggestions to manage your password. Make sure the password you are using is unique and strong. You can accomplish it by creating a unique digit password using caps, numbers, and special characters. You can also use a two-factor authenticator, so even if your account is compromised, you are still safe. You can use a password manager so that you don't have to remember all of your passwords. And in case you suspect of any of your accounts, if any of your accounts have been compromised, change your password immediately. A very strong password contains from 12 to 16 characters. If you can't come up with a good combination, use a password generator, or you can take advantage of paraphrasing. For example, you can create a password like 1 byte to the bullet, using numbers, caps, lower cases, and special characters. Stop using or reusing your passwords. If a hacker has any of your old passwords, I assure you they will try it as well as any of its variations. So far, we have learned the importance of changing our password and how easy a persistent person can get into our accounts if we don't take the necessary precautions. Today, we have looked at how easy it is for your accounts to be broken into, how changing your password is the leading cause of being hacked, and how to generate strong passwords, and also how to manage them. So, If you weren't convinced at the beginning of my speech to go to haveibeenpawned.com and check if any of your accounts have been pawned, I invite you to do so. Go right now to haveibeenpawned.com. Type in your email address and your phone number, and again, you will be surprised. There is one more thing to say. As well as all of the things you normally do, changing your password every 3 months or every 60 to 90 days will be part of your routine. With the time, it will be an easy and the best way to protect what you love the most. In a few words, your personal information and your privacy. So, have you changed your password already?